Well, like he says, I love Bemidji. It's kind of hard to articulate, but you look at the natural surroundings, the lakes, the fishing, the wildlife, plus the great history. This NPR photo showing Paul and Babe behind the dancing. It's just there's just so much here to appreciate, and it comes down to the people. The community is composed of individuals, and we have a very diverse group of individuals in Bemidji. I chose these pictures just because the courthouse shows the history. We're also kind of the political center with the county seat. And then we have this amazing building that I'm standing in right now that we're enjoying for Pecha Kucha. And we have Bemidji State University, which adds a whole nother flavor. Going to school there now, you have all these people coming from internationally. And as anybody that lives in Bemidji knows, it's not trying to find something to do, it's trying to choose what to do. We have, for a town our size, we have a Paul Bunyan Playhouse, we have live theater, we have a Bemidji Symphony Orchestra. There's just so much here to do and appreciate, especially for a town our size. And yeah, it's great. But what I want to share with you is a unique family tradition that my family has, which is a Special People's Christmas Party. My parents started it in '83. It was originally at JC's, done by the JC's. It was an event for people in assisted living and nursing homes whose families did not come see them. We had Santa Claus. We would, as a family, on Christmas Day, take time out of our day to go to these members in our community and spend time with them. And it was kind of unique, very unique way to grow up and a very unique perspective on Christmas. For me, Christmas isn't whatever your religious affiliation or religious beliefs. It is a celebration of love, family, community. This is Dora Pudluck. She is the one my mom originally met that inspired this. My mom met her, found out that her family didn't come visit her. And as we know, it happens to a lot of people around here. And that she convinced my dad and the JCs to start this event. And it happened. JCs eventually, when they had to cut back on amount of programs they did, cut this one out. My parents decided to continue it on their own. Over the years, they have different family businesses in town that will donate money to help out. Lucan's is great. They donate cookies every year. And Bemidji Coca-Cola actually donates pop for every single event. And there's Dora in the background again. Actually, with my sister is the one, if you see that little girl in the background, she's a couple years younger than me. That was my sister. So this is a long-standing thing. But yeah, on Christmas, if we hadn't got the Christmas pack, because my family sometimes procrastinates, we would wrap the presents on Christmas Day to go to the Christmas event later that night. This is my cousin Brady and my cousin Stacy. Brady's about 4 years younger than me, and that's my now deceased uncle Corey. They were members of the JCs, but it became more than just my immediate family, also extended to my other family. And this is a wonderful picture of me and my cousin Amy. Yeah. We would rotate from church to church, and one church had a theater in the basement. Actually, I believe it was the Calvary Lutheran, the Calvary Church's kitty quarter from the post office. We would dress up and put on a skit for all the people attending the gathering. And now it's extended to, these are my kids, Avery and Mary, with my dad, who's Santa Claus. It's a unique kind of a gift to have my dad as Santa Claus and his helper elves, which are my kids. My dad tries to, through the wig, read the names, and then my kids will run the presents to whoever it is. And yeah, it's great. What can you say? There is just something about giving of yourself. I mean, especially with Christmas being so commercialized nowadays, to take time out of your Christmas day to actually give a gift of yourself. And just to see the smiles on their face. Some of these people don't get to see each other very often. And I want to quick talk about Art here, who I remember from when I was very, very little. He did not want to have anything to do with anybody. He was very closed off, antisocial, didn't even want anything to do with Santa Claus. We actually had to hand his present to one of the helpers who would give it to him. Over the years, though, he eventually would take presents from Santa Claus. And then eventually, like, my dad would take a cookie and back up to him, and he would take a cookie, but he couldn't look at him, but he would take a cookie. To now, where me and my sister are handing out pop or cookies, he'll actually come up to us. He won't talk much. He's still pretty closed off, but he will actually ask for a cookie and a pop. And, you know, he used to be the guy that was standing in the corner. And he's gotten comfortable enough with the people that are there and everything going on that he will actually open up to accept a present and talk to us a little bit. It's just great. Yeah, this is my cousin, Uncle Corey again. But just to see that impact, and I mean, that's just kind of a dramatic case, but just the impact it has in these people's lives. Sometimes some of these people, the only time they see each other is at this gathering once a year. And this last year we had over 40, I believe. I think it was like 46 people to show up. So, and some years it's, we'll have like 20 some, but it varies from year to year. But the presents are purchased based upon the help, the people that are helping them. Oh, just let me quick code of this. Sustainability and local foods, like I said, is a big passion of mine. This is part of why I love Bemidji. Besides this, I want to get back into Bemidji. This is a joint effort between the Indigenous Environmental Network and Road River Folk School on the top. It's the We Dig It Community Garden. And then the marketplace on the bottom. Just local foods I think is great. I want to highlight one specific group, which is Dinner with Amazing Women. Bethany Wesley says a women's group seeking and fostering friendship and mentorship. The reason why I think this is important in Bemidji is you need friendship to develop the community. And then you have mentorship to further develop that to help other people and personal growth. And like she said, Kent Nurburn did an article where he says we need leaders like Amber Newman. Why I think that is important, why I want to quick highlight that is, my dad was a person of vision. People need people of vision and of passion to find these niches to do it. I mean, my mom and dad saw this need, and then they went and did it. Amber saw a need for this women's group. She went and did it. You look at John, who spoke this last Pecha Kucha for the Mission of Mercy. He did it. And we need to support, acknowledge, and encourage them. And that's why I want to quick send a thank you to my mom and dad for the example they did in doing this Christmas party. It was a great example to grow up with. Thank you.